Right, I'm recording it so we see what we get.
Mhm.
Okay. Right. Is your dad up there?
No.
It's all right. I'm gonna ask him who he is. Da, 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 da. There's a male. I've got a male stepping forward, and I thought it was your dad, but it could be granddad on dad's side. That tells me that they could be very similar.
Could be my granddad, but he was my father figure.
There you go. That's it. It's like similar. It's weird. It was like I thought it was your dad, but
Yeah. Yeah.
that's fine. That's fine. I've got a male. Um, it's like he's stood there, right, and he's clapped his hands together, and he's going, "You finally found him, haven't you? You finally found him." So I don't know if that's a relationship or what, but there's a
Yeah, it's been a long time.
there's a I feel a relationship. I don't know, but I feel if you're not in a relationship now, I feel like
Yeah.
something's gonna come up with the right person. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Does that make sense? And it's like it's
Yeah. It
saying
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
it's saying it's what's inside, not on the outside, that counts. Because I feel like as well, he's made me feel like because you're quite a very pretty lady and you're very attractive, you seem to attract people who just look at you for what you look like rather than
Yeah.
what's inside you. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of sense. Yeah. It does. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fine. As long as you know what he's written about, darling.
Yeah.
That's that's
How mad is that? That
that,
honestly, that is so mad.
right. Now, I'm also being drawn to a girl on the earth plane, a young girl. Now, I don't know if you've got a child, grandchildren, whatever. I can't believe you've got grandchildren looking like you do. I'm telling you now, girl, you inbox me some tips, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel as though there's a young one on the earth plane, and it's like, it sounds weird, but I don't know if she's got the same name as you.
Yes, she has.
It's like she's named after you in some way,
Yeah.
and he's
Yes.
acknowledging that.
It's what?
Okay,
Sorry.
and he's acknowledging that, so he's
Yeah.
like basically
Yeah.
letting me know that
Yeah.
that's what's going on. And I need to give you the rainbow
Oh my God.
because you've got the rainbow. You've got the
Yeah, I
rainbow
know what
now.
that is. I know exactly what that is.
Right. Who are you? Your little energy. Who are you? You've just
I know
jumped in.
exactly who it is.
It's just gone. And I'm sure I've had you before, little one. You're a bugger. You chased me cat. Get here. Very familiar. This energy is very familiar. So I don't know what I've got yet, but I know I feel like I've had him a couple of times because he's like stood there going
It's
as
me
though
again.
I'm back, and I'm like that. Oh, for God's sake!
Yeah.
Right, come on in a bit closer, my darling. I know it's a little lad. I know it is. Right, just stand. Keep your energy still, and I can get you. He's a toddler.
Yeah.
He's a little bugger.
Yeah.
He's a little bugger. I'm telling you now, aren't you? I'm sure I had him through because I've done a reading for one of his relatives not so long ago.
Yeah, you did. It's
So
my son.
right, that's fine.
Ginger lad.
Yes, I had him through as well not so long ago because I think I've spoke to his dad.
Yeah, yeah. And you'll have spoke to his mum as well.
Yeah. So
Now he's
he's
not.
like, every time I'm doing this now, he's like, I'm just going to wait here, right, Sarah, until you decide who you're going to talk to, and then I'm just going to come in. So if you're coming in, little one, you need to come a bit closer because you should know how it works by now. This is about your 50th visit, mate.
He's probably just as sick as you are. Seeing him.
He's like that. Right,
How's
just
that?
coming in. Did you used to touch his cheek? Because he's
Yeah.
touching my cheek. He's like acknowledging
Yeah.
that you used to touch his cheek like that.
I did.
Because he had
Yeah.
chunky cheeks.
He had massive cheeks, really chubby cheeks.
He has now.
Really chubby. Has he?
Yeah.
Has he?
He's like a little hamster.
Has he still got his hippo teeth? Does he have hippo teeth?
It's like when he smiles at you, right? Is he like he smiles, but he goes,
Yeah, he does.
and he's closing his eyes as he's smiling, and I'm like, what are you doing?
I used to call him my little hippo teeth.
It's like, come a bit closer. He's definitely a character, and he's growing up healthy in spirit. Now, obviously, I now know who this little one is, so I don't need to go in the ins and outs of getting you the information of what happened, who he is.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? It just...
Yeah, of course it does, yeah. It
'cause
makes
you-
so much sense.
You obviously know, I obviously know now, because I recognise him, which that is very rare, because normally I don't, but he's one of them ones where once you've met him, you don't forget him.
Yeah, he is. Once met, never forgotten. He's a little bugger.
Right. Right, what else are you saying? What else are you giving me? Okay. I feel like, I don't know if this is you or somebody around you, but I feel like somebody has spoke recently about possibly having either a photograph of him or something put in a frame and put on a wall as a tribute for him. And I know there's a lot of photographs about of him, and I know that there's probably pictures in everybody's houses of him because he's that sort of character. But I also feel like there's been talk recently about something new because he's acknowledging it.
It could be my daughter talking about that. Could be her. She's always got photos up and putting new photos up and down and up and down.
But
So it could be her.
He's acknowledging it. He really is acknowledging it. Right, if you just his energy is there, but he's sort of like stood there grinning, and he's sort of like doing this little side to side thing. So I don't know if you sit there and go like that, but he's doing this side to side thing, and I'm like, look, if you're just gonna dance, you can just stand there and I'll talk to like Grandad or something.
Yeah, just talk to someone else if you just want to talk to me.
Do you know what I mean? But I feel you've heard him in your house. Or somebody has heard him in your house because he runs, and it's like, what was that?
Yeah.
Oh, did you hear that? And he's energy. He's a firecracker. This one.
Yeah. It's not me, but someone else.
He's an absolute firecracker. He really is. Oh, God bless his soul. God bless him.
I feel sorry for them up there having to look after him, you know.
I think Grandad's sort of like ready for Clapper's Yard, and he's already up there. Do you know what I mean? He's like that.
Yeah. It has been known to be said. My God, he gets passed from pillar to post because they can't deal with him. It's been said in the past.
Last time I had him, he came through with a female, and now he's come through with this male. So I do believe he's surrounded by a lot of people up there.
Yes, because they can't handle him. They pass him pillar to post. He's your turn, you have him.
I think it's a case of when they have him, they put his name in the diary and they put like the little devil horns next to it, and the thing.
Yeah, I can quite believe it.
And that's the day they go and buy a bottle of rosé wine as well. And I think that is that such an energy. It really is. God bless him. He's lovely. He's lovely. My cat has gone. My cat has gone out because he senses that energy. I'm telling you, he won't come back in now until Little Un's energy's gone back. I'm telling you, he won't. He won't. He's gorgeous, but he's a little shit. He is.
He's hellish. I love him.
Right. So you know where the rainbow's coming in then, don't you? I've already said the rainbow, because the rainbow's here.
Yeah.
And that was from him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, try and give me that again. Your granddad's sort of like coming through, and he's talking, if that makes sense, but he's like,
Yeah.
I've still got the little in energy. Right, give me that again. Right. Have you spoke recently about a holiday?
Yeah.
Because
Always going on holiday.
this has been acknowledged about a holiday, but I feel as though you're going to be doing something totally different from what you would normally do.
Oh.
So I don't know if you're going to do, like, you know, when you go abroad, I mean, I don't know if you're going to be like going abroad and then doing like paragliding or something stupid, or
Yeah.
like climbing up a hotel side of a hotel when you're pissed or something. I don't know, but I feel like you're going to be doing something, because I've definitely got the aeroplane, which associates me with going abroad, but I also feel as though it's going to be a holiday to remember.
Interesting.
So I have to give you that. I also feel that there's a young child on the earth plane, and I can't quite get a name, but I want to say it's like a flower.
Yeah.
Like like a plant or a flower or something. She's named after something.
Yeah.
And this little girl's been acknowledged, because I feel this little girl has helped heal some hearts.
Yeah, she's the rainbow baby.
That's what it is then. That's why they're acknowledging her. That's absolutely fine, as long as you understand.
Yeah. She's called Ivy.
Right, that's fine. Absolutely fine.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's a plant, flower, weed, or what. I just know it's all.
No. Well, it's the same thing in a plant, a flower, whatever.
It's a nice little name, though. I love old names.
Yeah.
I do. I love old names. Right.
Yeah, she's there.
She was sent to heal. She was sent to heal
definitely
people. Because I do feel like if little one wasn't here, things could have been so different. I mean, I know it's hard losing anybody, and especially a child, and I know that, but I also know that when you've lost a child, and if you get that rainbow gift, it does help the family. It really does.
Yeah, she has. She's helped immensely. I sometimes don't like looking at her, because it's like looking at our calling. It scares me. Like, she has the same blue eyes as him and everything, and I'm like, oh, it's scary. She's the spit and pop of him. She really is.
No, well, best of luck.
Yeah, I know.
You make sure, girl, you get on that plane as that child is walking. I'm telling you now.
I'm emigrating. I'm not coming back.
That's the one. Oh my God. Oh, she's honestly, he's such a little. He's still, his energy is still like boom, boom, boom.
I know, it's mad. He's had that energy since he passed. You know, his energy's always been strong, so strong since he passed.
Yeah.
It's madness.
It was because this is how I see it anyway. I feel he was so weak on the earth plane. He was so weak, he couldn't show his energy, he couldn't show his true character. And it was like, when he passed over, he healed, and it was like, oh, I can run, and I can do this, and I can do that.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, that's how I deal with him passing. Like, I know that he's up there, and he's better up there than he would have been on the airplane. Do you know, like,
absolutely.
He's free up there. He's free. He can do what he wants. Torture who he wants.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been like that.
He's doing that.
Believe me. I know, and I'm over the moon.
Do you know why he's brought a little girl in? There's a little girl just randomly come in with him to acknowledge.
How old?
Oh, who are you? Who are you? I think I'm a bit crap with ages. I'm going to say she could be a bit older than him. But I feel like she helped him. But
oh my
she helped him. She helped him.
It could have been his donor.
But she couldn't help him. And
it
now.
Could have been his donor.
And now
she was about a year older than him.
The friends.
Yeah, that's who it could be, you know, because obviously he received a new heart, but it was hers. But she was just over 1 when she died, and that's why he got her heart.
He's brought
my God.
He's brought her through to say hello.
Oh my God, I can't believe that. That is mental.
He's brought her through to say hello.
Brother.
And they're like 2 little firecrackers. Shit. Excuse me. Come over here. She said she tried to help him, but she couldn't help him. So she's helping him now by looking after him.
Oh, bless her. Yeah,
that's lovely. That. But I also feel like I don't know if you've done this or not as a family, or if you're allowed to know who she was.
Yeah, we do know she is. We know her mum as well. My daughter and her mum are really close. They're like keeping in touch and contact and everything.
There you go then. That's what I was trying to get to. Yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's mental. That's mental, that, isn't it?
He's brought her through to say hello.
Lovely.
Yeah, he's brought her through to say hello.
Oh.
You can behave. It's not your girlfriend. No, it's not your girlfriend. He's like that. I'm like that. No. You're allergic to girls.
Yeah, no girls. You'll lose your hippo teeth.
I know. That was so random. All of a sudden, it was just like this little girl energy popped in. I was like, "Oh, hello, you."
Yeah, that's the only little girl that I know could be, because we haven't lost anyone else, you know, like.
But I do feel like she was trying to help him and she couldn't, and she tried, but she couldn't help him. So now she's helping look after him. She plays with him, and I do feel their energies are together quite a lot. I feel like they'll do a lot of things together. As mad as that sounds.
Yeah. That's class, that. Oh, I'm over the moon with that.
Yes. He brought her through to say hello.
That's nice of him.
It'll be even nicer when I send his energy back and I go for a cape. I'm telling you. I'll be like that. Honestly though, on a serious note, it's an absolute pleasure having him through, because I get so many energies that are just so, well, I don't know how to say it really, but you know, sometimes you get them through and it's yes, no, and but when you get a little in that's a firecracker, even though I'll sit here and say to you, oh my God, he's draining my energy, blah, blah, blah. But I'll tell you something, that's why he's draining me, because I'm yawning. But he is an absolute pleasure to have through. He really is. He's so, the energy I get from him is so loving. And he's cheeky, but I wouldn't say he's naughty. I'd say he's more of a little shit, but but he wouldn't do anything too naughty, and if he did, he'd get away with it because of his cheeks. He's such a lovely, pure character. He really is a pure little lad. He's just beautiful, absolutely.
Defo Turnbull. He takes after us on our side.
Yeah.
Not his dad's side, our side. We were the same. I was the same. I was a little shit when I was a kid, you know. My granddad idolised me. I could do whatever I wanted, and I got away with everything. So, yeah. Is
that why you stood there nodding at what you're saying?
Who's nodding?
Your granddad.
Granddad.
Yeah, you could get away with everything.
He knows.
Yeah, you get away with everything, and he's like...
Yeah, I did. Got away with everything.
Did your granddad drink beer? Like, beer?
Yeah.
Because I can smell it now. Oh my God, I've got to smell a beer, and I've got a spirit man that's drinking beer in charge of 2 firecrackers. This is not good.
You're not playing them.
This is not Oh, good.
I'm looking after them.
I'm going to report you to Spirit for child neglect. I'm telling you. But he's just stood there ignoring me, drinking his beer. So, honestly.
Yeah, he was a beer drinker. I loved his beer.
I just like sat there talking to you and I was like, what's that smell? It's beer. Jesus. He's going to start smoking in a minute, isn't he? So I'm going to have somebody with a beer and a fag.
Yeah, he smoked as well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
He like one up just now.
You little bugger. What I do, darling, is I'll read you these 3 cards in the order that they've been drawn, basically.
Yeah.
And then what I do is I send you the copies of them through your inbox, and when I've uploaded this to YouTube, I will send you the link as well, so you've got it, okay?
Yeah, no problems, yeah.
First card that they've drawn is Angel of Tranquility. I feel as though, I'm laughing when I say this, because this firecracker, you wouldn't get no peace at all, would you? But
No.
I feel like, even though you like a good holiday and you like a night out by it sounds, and you've got, I mean, I'm not being funny, to me you don't look a day over 30, but no, you don't, honestly. You look lovely for your age, honestly. I don't know how old you are, but God almighty.
45 I am.
Really? Yeah, inbox me your tips and stuff, please. But I feel as though there are times when you do like peace and quiet.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like there's times when you want to do what you're doing now. You want to sit in your bed with your Jimmy Jams on, with your electric blanket, chilling out, putting something on your fire stick, watching whatever crap you want and eating loads of crap. And yeah, I feel like that's what you want to do. But I feel like sometimes, oh, let me get my leg out because it's dead. Don't be kicking my foot, you. Sometimes I feel like you want the peace and quiet, but you can't quite have the peace and quiet, because as soon as you start to get the peace and quiet, the phone will go, the door will go, or something will happen. So you're like doing stuff, a lot of stuff for other people, when you should be as well focusing on yourself. Because there is that saying for us nanas, I don't know if you're nana or gran or whatever, but
I'm Nanty.
Oh. I'm a nana. Nanty,
so it sounds like when they're saying auntie, when they're saying Nanty.
Yeah.
I'm joking, I'm a nana.
I'm a nana. But I do feel as though, as well, I need to say to you, even though we've got our grandchildren and we adore them, they are not our children. So we are entitled to turn around and say, well, I've had firecracker all day, so now I'm going to go and have a nice peaceful bath and chill out and find my sanity while you have your children back. And I just feel you need to say no sometimes. I know it's hard, but you need to say no sometimes, because you've got your life now. You've brought your children up. It's now up to them to bring theirs up. True, your next card is Angel of Learning. This card, I don't feel this card's been drawn because you're going to go back to school or anything like that. I feel as though you've had a lot of crap in your life, and I feel like a lot of the crap has come from the opposite sex, who just turn out to be first class cockwombles, to be fair. Right?
Yeah, twats in tin foil.
That's the one. You know where I'm coming from, right?
Yeah.
And I feel as though you're starting to learn from the mistakes you've made, and this is why I feel as though somebody will come into your life who you least expect, and it might, I think it's going to be somebody who normally you wouldn't go for.
Well, I actually seen someone at the minute, and he is someone I wouldn't go for. He's older than me.
That could be it.
So...
Yeah, that could be it. I just feel like you've learned, or you're learning from your past, and you're turning it into a positive. Does that make sense?
Yeah, oh God, yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
Right, who are you? Angel of Encouragement. That's your next one. Right. You come across as Mrs. Confident, and you do. But I do believe underneath your pretty face and everything else that's going on with you, I do feel as though you haven't got much confidence because you've had it knocked out of you.
Yeah, it's right. I haven't. I act like I have, but I don't.
No, and you don't. And I feel like if somebody gave you a genuine compliment, you'd struggle to accept it
Yeah,
because people haven't done that for genuine reasons before. And I just want Spirit are encouraging you to accept compliments and to accept that people genuinely do like you for you and genuinely do love you. I also know that there's a female friend in your life who you're very close to, and I'm gonna say you've been friends for quite a while. And I feel she needs a bit of encouragement as well, and she needs a bit of upliftment because she's had a bit of a crap time as well, and I just feel you two gel together and you can understand each other. Does that make sense?
Definitely.
That's what I get from that card. But I also feel as though that those that talk about you behind your back, they only do it, because they've got the green-eyed monster.
Oh, I know.
And I don't think, I'm not saying about your looks here, darling. I mean, what I mean by that is you've got what a lot of people don't have. You've got children that do genuinely think the world of you and you've done well with them. You've got grandchildren that think the world with you. You've got a grandchild in Spirit who, even though he's a firecracker, he comes around you quite a bit. And for a child to be around the grandparent quite a bit from Spirit is quite an honour because normally they'll be with parents. So that you've got things in your life that they haven't got. Anybody can have a brand new telly, a brand new sofa, a brand new car and everything else. Anybody can have all that. But to have what you've got with your family is precious. So ignore the haters, basically. And that's what I'm going to say.
That's why I think naked Sarah would Southern kiss me ass.
That's the best way, innit? I'm just going to stop this recording because I've done your card.